Top option for Peyton Manning on the outside, getting ready for the Cardinals football night in America. Welcome back to our New York studios. Dan Patrick, along with my tag team partner, Keith Overman, Tony Dungy, and, of course, Rodney Harrison. Let's dive into the highlights week 3.
Let's walk sideways like Reggie did. Jacksonville and Houston, hello. How played out is the Houston hello thing, by the way. Matt Schaub is smiling because every day is Christmas when you and your teammates are dressed up like Santa. The game is tied at 24. Maurice Jones-Drew busts out for his 3rd touchdown of the game. The Jags are then ahead by 7. Garrard with a short pass to Mike Sims-Walker. The fumble. Zach Dials recovers for Houston. And now the fumble appears to lead to the touchdown, but it's nullified by what's going on inside the circle. That would be pass interference on Kevin Walter. No TD. So still 31-24 Jacksonville in the 4th. Chris Brown. Well, they took the football away from him. Darrell Smith recovers in the end zone. Touchback. Jacksonville 31-24. Houston had been 7-2 in the red pants. And on the sidelines, go back to Sims Walker says, well, I get to think about the Santa Clauses now.
Tennessee at the Meadowlands against the Jets, and Jeff Fisher got dressed in a hurry. Mark Sanchez hoping to become the first rookie quarterback to start and win his team's first 3 games of the season since the merger, taking matters into his own hands. 14 yards out, capping a 10-play, 73-yard drive. Then some problems. Ryan Mouton fumbles the ensuing kickoff. 2nd and goal. Sanchez play fake and finds Ben Hardsock. 14-10 Jets carry Collins to Nate Washington. Tennessee goes up 17-14. Still in the 3rd quarter, Jets punting, and it's Mouton with the muff. 2nd lost fumble of the day. He had 2 last week, and Jeff Fisher trying to offer some encouraging words. No need. Jericho Cotchery with the grab. Jets stay undefeated.
I thought Mark, I thought he played well. I mean, that's a fierce pass rush that he's up against. I thought our offensive line, for the most part, did an excellent job in the protection. He's got a lot of guts. He's got a lot of courage. And hey, it never went perfect, but we'll take it the way it went.
Aaron Rodgers of the Packers have been sacked 10 times in the first 2 games. But this is St. Louis. Don't spit it through your nose. First quarter, 3-zip Green Bay. Mark Bulger fumbles. He's hit by Aaron Campman. Johnny Jolly happy to recover for the Packers. It's only his pad coming off in this, not the actual shoulder, as you saw. In the second, Rodgers on to Donald Driver for the 21-yard touch. And then Bowler in for Bulger to Daniel Fells. But still at 23-14 Green Bay at the break. It ends 73-24. That's for the season as opposed to the one game. Nice do, ma'am.
Cleveland at Baltimore, and Browns head coach Eric Mangini looking like a UPS driver. What can Browns do for you if you're the opposition? Everything. After Brady Quinn was picked, Willis McGahee, touchdown 7-0. 4th quarter, Ravens up 27-3. Joe Flacco, Derek Mason, and it's another touchdown. Tackling was optional this day with the Cleveland Browns. Joe Flacco and the troops celebrating. Eric Mangini was not.
What we need to do is identify the things that we can do well, work at them, and continue to improve on them. And that's what we have to do.
You can confess you thought he was going to say, what we really need to do is, I don't know. Derek Ward greets his old teammates. You could read his lips. He was saying, get me out of here. Brandon Jacobs, like 2 sizes normal human being, 7-zip. Off an intercept, it's Ahmad Bradshaw setting up a Steve Smith touchdown. Bradshaw at 104 yards on the day on 14 carries for the Giants. And the defense just shut down Tampa Bay totally. 14-zip War stuff by Antonio Pierce and company, and then War again. And then finally, Sonoris Moss pulls this down from Manning. 24-zip Giants, the final Manning 161.
Redskins in Detroit. Matthew Stafford looking to snap the Lions' 19-game losing streak. Jim Zorn taking some heat, not for his haircut, but for narrowly defeating St. Louis last week. First quarter, 4th and goal. Clinton Portis is stopped. Still no score, and it's Stafford trying to change all of that. 21-yard touchdown pass to Bryant Johnson, a 99-yard drive. 4th quarter. Stafford looking for Johnson, pass interference on Chris Horton, and Zorn is not happy. And they pick up the victory. 19-14, Detroit is off the schneid, but is Jim Zorn.
I never really thought about the streak. When you watch this team on video, they're capable as any other team in the National Football League, and we are as well. I think that the disappointing thing was just a loss, not to a team that had that record.
Coming up a little bit later on, we'll hear from Jim Schwartz following his first win as Detroit snaps their 19-game losing streak. Let's start with Jim Zornes and the Redskins. Rodney, can you put your finger on the problem here?
Well, I mean, it's many problems dealing with the Washington Redskins, but the one problem in particular is definitely Jason Campbell, the quarterback. I don't know what they see in this guy. To me, he's a backup quarterback that's been elevated to a starter coach. I mean, he's a guy that's unpredictable, he's inconsistent, and he's not a guy that defensive players look at and fear.
Well, I'm not going to blame it all on the quarterback. He threw for a lot of yards today. They're having trouble scoring, but I think it goes to a bigger thing, maybe an organizational thing. It's always new free agents, new players, all-star guys. They've got to build a team concept there.
Yeah, it seems like Daniel Snyder treats it like it's a fantasy league team. You bring in Haynesworth, they were trying to get Sanchez. They're always looking for something different. There's no core there.
Right, and it's not always getting the best players. It's building a good team, building a team that everyone has confidence in. And right now, they don't have confidence.
Let me ask you about Eric Mangini. 0-3, and at what point do you run the risk of losing your team buying into what your strategy or mantra is?
That's the biggest thing I see for Eric Mangini right now. You haven't played well. It's your first year. Players don't know you. They don't have a history with you. How can you say, hey, we're not changing anything. We're going to stick with this, but you've got to believe in me. And right now, I'm not sure that they have belief in Eric Mangini.
If you're in that locker room, you buying into Eric Mangini?
Well, I played on an 0-15 team, and like Coach said, you know, you have to stay positive. As a coach, that's what players want. While we're sitting in that locker room, it's easy to blame and point fingers, but if you stay positive, and Mike Riley did a terrific job of it when we were 0-15, he stayed positive, and we continued to fight as a team.
All right, let me go back to the Redskins, bring in Peter King from Sports Illustrated. Jim Zornes on the hot seat, tepid seat. How would you give the temperature there?
You know, I've talked to reliable people in Washington, Dan, and I think that there's no chance that Jim Zornes is on the hot seat as of now for one very simple reason. He not only is the head coach, he's the quarterback coach, and he's the offensive play caller. They'd have to find 3 guys to replace him. But as of now, his job is safe.
He's also the guy who dances in the Six Flags ads. I don't know if you know that. A totally different situation with the Jets now, who, of course, we know after 3 weeks, they've won the Super Bowl. Sanchez is the MVP of the league. Rex Ryan is the coach of the year. Is there any modesty creeping in at 3-0?
I think it's creeping down from Rex to his team, because I asked Jericho Cotchery after the game today, I said, hey, are you the best team in football? And he says, yeah, I think we are. So, I mean, this is the mantra that Rex has passed on to his team, and they're buying what he's selling.
Different tone in the locker room in New England during the Patriots game at halftime. Mr. Brady had a little lesson for his teammates.
Well, talking to Chris Baker, the tight end who had a big game for the Patriots, he said Brady came in and he sort of lit them up at halftime, and he said we needed that. We needed that for our second half focus.
Yeah, it looked like 2 different games, because you know what happened the last time the Patriots began a season 1 and 2, right? Their quarterback went from universally respected to struggling to benched. So New England 1-1 hosting Atlanta. Matt Ryan, homecoming of sorts, because obviously he played at Boston College. Tom Brady, meanwhile, looking a little concerned. That's not one of mine. Oh, those are footballs. Oh, jeez, don't do that, dude. Failure, of course, is an orphan. In the first, Joey Galloway. Yeah, this looked like another disaster. He misses Moss again. Holy Don Pardo's pants. When in doubt, stay on the ground. So for Fred Taylor, with 105 yards on the day, carries for 8 here up the gut, and sort of stabilize things while they're trying to figure out what was going wrong with the offense in the air. Taylor again, 19 yards. He Houdinis this one to break through and pass John Riggins into 15th place on the all-time rushing list, and then pays it off with finishing the drive with the 8-yard touchdown run, and it's 10-3 Pats. On the ensuing Atlanta drive, the Falcons, not thinking the Patriots were below average, they go for it on 4th. Jarradi White for 7 yards to keep it alive. And then Michael Jenkins down at the 2. Great pass. Great reception from Jenkins. That sets up Michael Turner, who prevailed here, but would only get 56 yards on 15 carries. Tied at 10. The Patriots struggled in the red zone throughout the first half in particular. Brady, first down. I don't know where that was going, and neither did he. Galloway can't get hold onto it, and then he gets crushed, gone away. Brady incomplete to Sam Aiken. Pats get only a field goal, and you can read his lips. What the Only 13-10 Pats at the break, but the second half is all New England after Peter told you the airing out of the Pats by Tom Brady. He had 87 yards in the first. He had 190 in the second, including Chris Baker pulling this one and then going down the line to cinch the 26-10 New England victory. If you had not seen it, you might not think that there were any remaining questions. Still, after 3 weeks in 2007, Brady had 10 touchdown tosses. After 3 weeks this year, he has 3. Guess which set of stats the coach noticed?
To be down in the right area and come out without a touchdown. You don't come out kicking field goals. That's frustrating for any good offensive football team, any coaching staff. You want to go down there and you want to score, put the ball in the end zone, and we didn't do it several times, and none of us are happy about that.
We've sort of danced around this topic the last couple of weeks, Rodney, your former teammates here. Let me start with Brady. He was blaming the wide receivers. Why don't you dissect this? What's wrong with the Patriots?
Well, I mean, Brady right now, obviously, he's not himself right now. And he has to learn patience. He has to know he's coming off an ACL, MCL injury. It's going to take a year and a half. But, you know, I had the similar injury as Tom Brady. It took me at least 6 to 8 weeks to really feel comfortable. So as a quarterback dropping back, looking downfield, the time is going to be off coach a little bit, and he's not going to be the Tom Brady of old.
Yeah, and you know Tom much better than I do, but just going against him, I think part of that locker room rant was at himself. He missed some guys that were open, that usually those are touchdown passes, and he got it going in the second half. He went about 6 quarters where last week we said maybe it's the rush, maybe it's the pressure. This week it wasn't pressure. It was overthrows, it was balls, just a little bit off target. But in the third and fourth quarter, he got going, and we started to see some Tom Brady-like throws.
But what would you do if you're coaching the Colts and you're facing Brady? Would you look for Brady to try to beat you, knowing that he's struggling now? Would you dare attempt that?
Well, I think you have to. Today they got it going with Fred Taylor in the running game, and Brady was a little bit off. The Jets played them that way. They said, we're going to make Tom Brady win, and he didn't win last week. But I would say 2 or 3 weeks down the road, you can look for him to start winning those games.
What really surprised me was the fact that if the Falcons looked at the film, they knew that Tom Brady struggled with pressure. Why would they sit back, give Tom Brady all day? That's what he wants. That's where he's most effective. Get some pressure up the middle, get him outside that
pocket. Just like the Jets did.
Yes, and he had trouble with it.
Yeah, next week. Well, they'll get that pressure next week, though. Ravens definitely.
Next week.
Yes, they will. Kale?
Coming up, Bob Costas talks with Jim Caldwell, the one-time quarterback coach for Peyton Manning, and now new head man in Indianapolis.
Oh, I don't like the look of this.
Police make you nervous?
No, ties.
New Wednesday, you know what that means. Veronica cares for him.
You're still you. You're here and here.
What is wrong with you people?
Olivia cuffs him.
You have the right to remain silent. The man is a calculating killer.
With special guest star Eric McCormack.
I'm trying to confess here. Will someone listen?
New Mercy, new SVU. It's a new Wednesday on NBC.
Introducing Arby's new $5.01 combos. 5 delicious full-size sandwiches with curly fries and a drink, all for only $5.01. But why the extra penny? It's for our world-famous roast beef, slow oven roasted to perfection every day and freshly sliced to order. It's for our signature French dip and Swiss with hot, savory au jus. And it's for the unique taste that only Arby's can deliver with our new classic roast beef patty melt. So say hello to Arby's new $5.01 combos. Worth every penny, and here to stay.
If you're shopping RAV4, Pilot, and Escape, slam on the brakes. The Hyundai Santa Fe is one of the best bets on the road. Santa Fe's got more standard features, more safety features, more legroom, and more MPG. Plus, only the Santa Fe is backed by America's best warranty. All that, and it's still up to $6,000 less. Plus, during this sales event, Hyundai Santa Fe's now come with up to $3,000 in total savings. And you'll lock in $1.49 a gallon for a year's worth of gas. Visit your Cincinnati Metro Hyundai dealers today and get more for less.
News that's straight to the point. Cherie Palello on News 5.
Peterson is ready for the season. Are you? Sign up now with the only league that is the league. NFL.com/fantasy. You want the NFL? Go to the NFL.
Last year's Cinderella story.
The Cardinals have shocked the world!
Last week, record performances. Quarterback titans with a champion's pedigree. On Sunday Night Football.
So Sunday Night Football now less than an hour away, and it's the third game at the helm for the Colts' Jim Caldwell, who worked for coaching greats Joe Paterno and Tony Dungy, among others, before getting the top job in Indy. Around his team, Caldwell is known, like his predecessor, as a man of principle and a stickler for detail. But to the average football fan, at least at this point, he's still largely unknown, leading to the question, who is Jim Caldwell?
I probably describe myself first as a Christian. I'm a son of Willie and Evelyn Caldwell from Beloit, Wisconsin. Have 4 children, my wife Cheryl and I. I'm a grandfather. We have
a young grandfather.
Yeah, we have 2 grandsons. One was just born 4 days ago. We have James the second and Joshua. And I coach the game of football and love what I do.
What's the biggest or most important thing you learned from Tony Dungy?
I learned a lot, first of all. But one of the things that really jumps out at me, we had a disciplinary situation arise in Indianapolis, and I was asking, why did you handle it this way? I know you could have been more severe, so on and so forth. Why did you choose to do it this way? And he looked at me and he says, you know, because it's not about me.
What's the biggest thing you learned from Joe Paterno?
Probably I could sum it up in one saying, that I actually have the saying in our locker room in Indianapolis: take care of the little things and the big things will take care of themselves. Play smart, you play fast, you play physical, all the other things will fall in line, the wins will come.
Obviously, with every team, the relationship between the head coach and the quarterback is important. In Indianapolis, maybe more so than most places because of Peyton's standing and his veteran status. So I would guess it's helpful that you were the quarterback coach, not just any member of Tony Dungy's staff, but you worked directly with Peyton all these years.
I do think that obviously that's a very, very important dynamic, and we have fostered, I think, a pretty strong relationship over the years. You know, he is a tremendous worker, does a great job in terms of leadership, sets great standards.
Talk about 2 sticklers for preparation, 2 guys who can't get enough homework.
No, he's off the charts. I think I'm still somewhere on the charts. He's way off the charts in that sense. Oh yeah, I prepare and prepare hard, but no, he's at a little different level than most people.
The Colts are world champions! World champions for the first time!
Over the last decade, the Colts have won more regular season games than any NFL team, won a Super Bowl in that span, and yet there's still a vague sense of unfinished business. Do you feel it?
I certainly do. I think our team is built to win championships. That's the only thing that really matters in this league. Our coaching staff is one that's been around the block a little bit. A lot of guys have had a lot of experience. And when you couple that together with a great organization, a great front office, and an owner who gives us everything that it takes for us to win, you know, obviously our expectations should be high.
Unfinished business in Indy?
Yeah, I think so. I think if there's one knock on Peyton Manning, the fact that he's just won 1 Super Bowl championship, that's probably the only one that you could come up with. You know, but this is a guy in Jim Caldwell, and I know there are great expectations there, and my comment to that would be, big deal. Give me the expectations, give me the pressure, and give me a chance to work with Peyton Manning and try and win a championship. But nobody knows this guy better than Tony Dungy. I know you went to practice this week. Tony, what'd you see?
Well, Chris, I saw some things a little bit different. What Jim has done, he's built on what we've done the last 7 years, but he's putting his own stamp on things. He changed defensive coordinators. He changed special teams coaches. He's changed that part of it around. And he also made one change in the locker room. A sign that I had for 7 years was there, but he also added his sign, that Joe Paterno quote, and that's become part of the team's mantra. So he's making his mark.
But you look at a rookie coach here. Can you think of another coach who's under more pressure than Jim Caldwell is, where you expect Super Bowl appearances here?
No, those expectations are high, and you know we've won a lot of games. They've won a lot of games over the last 7 years. People expect
tough for you to separate it.
But people expect that. They expect the Colts to come out and get off to those 6-0, 7-0 starts. They expect excellence, but Jim's ready for it.
Okay, how hard is it for him not to call you? How hard is it for you not to call him?
It's probably harder for me not to call him. I don't want to butt in on what he's doing. We probably talk once a week, and it's usually about some things off the field, maybe scheduling, that type of thing. He doesn't really ask me for football help.
All right. Coming up, more highlights from Week 3, including Michael Vick's return to the NFL. You're watching Football Night in America.
Football Night in America is brought to you by the Samsung LED TV, the official HD TV of the NFL. By Walmart. Save money. Live better. Walmart. And by Sprint, official wireless service sponsor of the NFL.
If only 1/3 of us drove clean diesel, we could send it all back. Diesel, it's no longer a dirty word.
Hey, did you ever find tickets to Hawaii?
Hawaii 5-0. Book 'em, Dano. Aloha. Mele Kalikimaka. Surf lingo. Bruh, I was stoked when I caught that tasty barrel.
Seriously, did you price out tickets?
How to beat a traffic ticket. 10 proven methods traffic courts don't want you to know.
What are you talking
Talk
about?
turkey.
What?
Talk live with hot singles in your area. They're waiting.
Who's waiting?
Find the cure at Bing.com. It's not just a search engine, it's the first ever decision engine from Microsoft.
Instead of $5 per person for fast food,
you can serve a nutritious breakfast from Walmart for just over $1 a person.
One breakfast a week saves a family of 4 over $800 a year. Save money, live better. Walmart.
Could someone toss me an 11/16 wrench over here? Here you go.
11/16.
From designing some of the world's cleanest and most fuel-efficient jet engines to building more wind turbines than anyone in the country, the people of GE are working together, creating innovation today for America's tomorrow.
Thanks. No problem.
Let me tell you why you need to watch football in HD. For the one-handed grabs, for those naked bootlegs, and all the punishing hits. Hold up. You're not watching football in standard def, are you? Only DirecTV brings you every NFL game in crystal clear HD. Real funny, fellas. Real funny.
Every game in high def. Get 5 months of our best TV package free. Call 1-800-DIRECTV.
Welcome back to Football Night in America. You could have seen every NFL game today if you had DirecTV. Call 1-800-DIRECTV to switch. Already we showed you how the New England Patriots rebounded at home against the previously undefeated Falcons. Meanwhile, in Philadelphia, all eyes were on an ex-Falcon who didn't even start the game. Here's Keith with the highlights, Chiefs and Eagles.
This guy looks so familiar, Dan. First regular season action since December 2006 for Michael Vick, and nothing happened. No protests, no animals, no guys running on the field, basically no action. In for 11 plays. That'll happen. A miss. He's 0 for 2, and he ran for 7 yards. Vick was there. McNabb and Westbrook were not there, meaning that it was Kevin Cobb's day. He and LaShawn McCoy, among others, off the direct snap, filling in for Westbrook. Injured ankle Westbrook, 5-yard touchdown run. McCoy, 7-zip Eagles, your star of the day. Vince Vaughn, no, it's Kevin Cobb, to Deshaun Jackson, again, 64 yards. Third game in a row, a touchdown of 60 yards or longer. And at the end, it's, yay, everybody into the pool. There's no pool there. 21-7 Eagles, he survived that, and it counted, and happy, joy on the other end. 27-7 Eagles in the fourth. Cobb puts the exclamation point on it. Looking up top for Brent Selleck, 35 yards, 34-14 Eagles. And in the end zone, Brent, get me, I'm an angel, I'm giving out wings. Kevin Cobb, 24-34. The Eagles are 2-1. He is the first guy ever to top 300 yards passing in each of his first 2 NFL starts. And who gets the headlines? Michael Vick.
The atmosphere was great. I was excited to be out, and I just enjoyed the moment. I think I played fairly well. I think I made good decisions with the plays that I had. My focus primarily was just to, be smart and not turn the ball over. We have so much in store for the future, and we just wanted to go out and get some looks and see how they was going to play. Not tip our hat to what we really want to do with this Wildcat thing.
So, Rodney, 11 plays, 1 rush, and he threw the ball twice. Did we see enough to judge him as a player compared to 2006?
Well, I saw him in the preseason. I saw him today, and I think really the Wildcat is a joke right now. I think it's a joke for Michael Vick. Michael Vick, he wants to be a drop-back quarterback. He's not a running back. He's lost some quickness. He's not as explosive as he once was. I mean, right now, it's a complete joke. They're not getting any production out of this Wildcat offense. If Andy Reid really wants to help Michael Vick, put him under center, let him drop back 10 to 12 times, and let him become a quarterback. Let him get repetitions as a quarterback, as opposed to, this gimmick stuff. I mean, this is not Michael Vick's game.
So what was that answer that he gave there about, they're just holding him back so they don't give anything away? Was that just cover?
18 months in prison. I mean, he's excited about, he's excited about being out there playing and getting these reps.
All right, let's see what the coach thinks. Dan?
And, Coach, you've been consulting with Michael Vick while he was still in prison, while he was looking for a new team. What was his emotional state after this game?
His first game back, he was really excited, just happy to be out there. He told me he can't remember having butterflies before a game, and he had butterflies today.
What about how he's being used in the offense? Does he have any problems with that?
Well, as a competitor, he wants to play more. He wants to do more. He wants to have an impact on the game, but he is not going to make waves. He knows that he's got to be a positive part of this locker room, and he's going to do that.
But you heard him say that Wildcat thing. That didn't sound like he was embracing that.
No, I think Rodney's right. He wants to be a drop-back quarterback. He wants to be part of the reason they win, but he'll do what it takes and what Andy asks him.
One of the teams reportedly interested in Michael Vick before this season started, the San Francisco 49ers. They were in Minnesota. Undefeated Niners, undefeated Minnesota Vikings. Brett Favre's first home game as a Vikings QB. Frank Gore had 207 yards rushing last week against Seattle. He had 4 yards today. Gore, bothered by that sore ankle, and he was done. Carted off to the locker room, X-rays negative. Adrian Peterson, 3 yards on 14 carries in his last game against San Francisco. He peels off 35 here. He ended the day with 85. 2 plays later, Favre, Sidney Rice, 7-0 Minnesota. This is how the first half ended. Ryan Longwell looking for a 52-yard field goal, blocked by Ray McDonald, picked up by Nate Clements, and just like that, San Francisco goes into halftime 14-13. Dramatic way to end the first half. How about a dramatic way to open up the second half? The rookie out of Florida, Percy Harvin, 1 yard deep, and he is gone. 101 yards. He has a touchdown in each of his first 3 games, 2 receiving, and 1 on the return, 20-17 Minnesota. Vernon Davis, 4th-year tight end out of Maryland. Big day. Sean Hill finds Davis. 31-yard reception, 7 catches, 96 yards. From the 20, Hill, Davis, 24-20 San Francisco. Hill had 2 touchdown passes on the day. Then time winding down, and Favre to Percy Harvin, nearly picked off. But he gets one more chance. Dre Bly had the chance, and here's Favre scrambling and just firing it for the end zone. And looking and finding Greg Lewis, who was cut by the Patriots in the preseason. Both feet inbounds. Favre, 24 of 46, 301 yards, 2 touchdowns. Another come-from-behind win, the 40th of his career, as the Vikings end up winning this one in dramatic fashion, 27-24. After the game, Favre downplayed his role.
I knew I was going to get hit right when I let it go. And once again, I didn't know who it was streaking, so I just threw it as hard as I could. I mean, I don't think it was anything that special. The catch was pretty outstanding. I did see the replay.
I saw Brett going that way too, so I was like, well, I probably can't get the ball this far over this way, so let me go see what's going to happen over here. So I just started running that way towards him, and he was looking downfield and threw me the ball. They joke about me, my feet going east and west, and it helped today.
Well, you saw the finish there. I don't know if that's how they designed it, but if you're Mike Singletary, what exactly were you planning for here?
Well, it was an improvised play, but the 49ers, I don't think, played this right. This is a situation you have to work on. We used to do it every Saturday. Last play of the game, 30-yard line, no timeouts left. You've got to defend this. And we'll go to the clicker and show what went wrong here for San Francisco.
Yeah, Favre made this sound like it's a Wrangler commercial there. It would just send everybody deep.
It was a little bit of that. But what happens here, you can see San Francisco has 5 defenders in the middle of the field. And you don't have to defend the middle of the field right now. You have to defend the sidelines over here and the end zone, and they only have 2 players to do that. Now, Brett Favre is going to drop back, and he's going to get flushed out of the pocket. Greg Lewis is going to start here, come all the way across the field once he sees Favre get flushed. And again, right here, the game could be over for the Niners. Favre avoids it, and he's got Lewis coming all the way across the field. But this is why Minnesota got Brett Favre. This ball is 50 yards from the 40 to the back of the end zone on a rope to Greg Lewis. And to get a walk-off home run, Brett Favre is the guy that you want to do it. This was a great throw, great catch, but should have been defended better by San Francisco.
Okay, but here's Mike Singletary. Here's a Hall of Fame linebacker. How does he let a receiver behind his secondary?
It's just something that you don't think about all the time. You're in a normal defense. They should be in a end of the game, last play of the game defense, defend the sideline, defend the end zone. Mike Singletary won't make this mistake again. They will practice this situation, but it cost him a game today.
How surprised were you? Favre didn't even know who he was throwing the ball to.
Well, they just got Greg Lewis a couple of weeks ago.
Do you think Favre knows who Greg Lewis is?
He does now. He didn't know then, but that was a great play. Lewis reacted to his quarterback, kept alive, didn't stop on the play, didn't quit, and made a tremendous catch to win the ball game.
Well, Green Bay fans certainly familiar with Favre, those kind of endings, and they, of course, travel to Minnesota coming up next week. We got more football coming up. Colts and Cardinals kick off a little more than a half hour away. More Week 3 highlights coming up. You're watching Football Night in America.
Are we good?
There's always a couple of drops left.
What are you doing?
Using all of the toothpaste. See?
Whoa, hey, baby! I thought we were just fixing the front step.
Nah, I got this thing all day. Just get my money's worth.
How about we give this a try?
Get a lot for a little with the enticing tastes of McDonald's Dollar Menu, like the juicy meaty McDouble and the tender crispy McChicken sandwich.
Okay, we're done.
Dish Network takes you where the action is. Every Sunday afternoon, every team, every exciting moment is caught inside the red zone. With NFL Red Zone, as teams get closer to the end zone, so do you. Witness the drama, the hard hits, the game-winning catches as they happen from across the NFL. Get NFL Red Zone on Dish Network for only $5.99 per month. Call 888-GET-DISH for details.
Introducing the Craftsman Cordless Multi-Tool. The power and versatility of 6 tools packed into one. More innovations, more great values. Craftsman, trust in your hands.
It's right here. It's easy. It's the money you could be saving with Geico.
Notre Dame Saturday on NBC. The Irish have won 2 in a row. Now they return to South Bend to take on a dangerous Washington team. Can the Fighting Irish stay undefeated at home? Washington, Notre Dame, Saturday, 3:30 Eastern, only on NBC.
They'll fight through anything.
Don't you die. What you did was amazing.
To save just one life.
So why'd you come in today? Because I need a save today, Boo.
Trauma. Premieres tomorrow, 9/8 Central on NBC.
Colts tight end Dallas Clark set a career high with 183 receiving yards last week. That was the 4th highest mark by a tight end in NFL history. If you want to know what's happening around the NFL, here's the place to go. Pro Football Talk on NBCSports.com. Among the headlines right now, what's next for the Redskins after their devastating loss at Detroit? Also, just because the Lions are now in the win column doesn't mean we won't see another 0-16 team this season. And the latest on the status of Cowboys running back Marion Barber. Meanwhile, by night's end, the headline here in Arizona could be the Colts at 3-0 and thus in charge of the AFC South, or perhaps the Cardinals at 2-1, back in a first-place tie in the NFC West. That's what could happen. For more of what did happen, we return to 30 Rock and Dan and Keith.
All right, thank you, Bob. How about Denver, Dan? The visiting Broncos may be restoring their reputation for having one of the top defenses in the game. The host Raiders may have been restoring their reputation for having 37 ongoing feuds with the media. Yelling at Rich Gannon, yelling at Tim Kawakami. Next, they'll yell at Chuck Todd. Kyle Orton hears a ooh. Jamarcus Russell hears a boo. 35% completion rate so far this season. So it's Orton to Brandon Marshall. Touchdown. 7-zip Broncos. The Raiders basically just watching this. Here's the youngster, Noshawn Moreno, off tackle, left. Touchdown, 20-3. Denver is up by that score in the third. 2 plays after the Raiders recovered a Buckhalter fumble. McFadden fumbles it back, recovered by Brian Dawkins. There's a challenge, but watch the footwork. He established himself inbounds before picking up the ball and then did the funky first down marker. And there's an unhappy Raider fan, or it's John Herrera. DeMarcus Russell, 12 of 21 for 61 yards. Denver's given up just 16 points, fewest through 3 games ever. Of course, it's Cincy, Cleveland, and Oakland, but they'll take it. The Broncos down to 3-0.
Chicago 1-1, Seattle 1-1, but a couple of men down. Matt Hasselbeck, one of 7 Seahawks starters who did not play. He still had to wear the green slime. His replacement, Seneca Wallace, little screen toss to Julius Jones, and perhaps blinded by that shade, goes 39 yards for the touchdown, 7-0 Seahawks. Jay Cutler threw for 247 yards, finds Matt Forte, who somehow lost the football. David Hawthorne recovers, but Lovie Smith will challenge. The call is reversed, and the Bears will keep it. 2 plays later, Cutler makes the Seahawks pay. Looking for his tight end, Greg Olsen, 1-yard touchdown, and just like that, 13-7 Seahawks. After T.J. Hushmanzada fumble in Seattle territory, it's Cutler to Johnny Knox, and check out the move. Cutler, fourth quarter, hit by Aaron Curry, fumbles the football. Corey Redding recovers for the Seahawks. That led to an Orlando Mare field goal, and the Seahawks had a 19-17 lead, but not much longer. 2 minutes to go, 2nd and 7, and Cutler looking for Devin Hester. Poor tackling, and you give him an opening, and he's gone. Chicago would convert the 2-point conversion, 25-19, the final, as the Bears beat up on a banged-up Seattle team. 25-19, the final. Cutler throws for 3 scores, 247 yards, and still can't get that running game going. Matt Forte, 66 yards on the ground. Let me start with you with the Bears here, Rodney. What do you think? That ground game a problem for you right now?
Well, not for me, Lovie Smith, actually. He wants to come out and he wants to establish a physical game, and that starts with the run game. And right now, he's not very happy because he understands that in order to have success later on down the line, you have to be able to run the ball in November, December, and right now they're just not getting it done.
I agree with you, Rodney. The Bears won today, but Lovie Smith is not happy. He believes in that running game. He believes in good defense. You saw the missed tackles there. Not really the physical Bears defense we're used to seeing. Might be time to give Derek Brooks a call with some extra linebackers getting hurt.
But you know what? You look at Seattle's defense, and they're banged up. And that has to be even more discouraging for Lovie Smith for the simple fact they're down 3 or 4 starters. And not to be able to come out and run the ball against average defensive team like this, I mean, they're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, but you had Cutler throwing for 3 scores, 247 yards, taking care of the football for the most part, only 1 pick.
Yeah, I thought Jay Cutler played great, and they needed him today. He brought them back. That's why they got him, and he came through. But I know the Bears want to get Matt Forte going. Frank Gore ran for 200 yards against this defense last week.
That's a great point. They got Detroit coming up next week.
All right, coming up, Bob will be live with the toast of Motown, the guy who won. Lions coach Jim Schwartz on Detroit's first victory since 1853, December 2007.
My name's Lisa. I'm from Fayetteville, North Carolina, and I smoked for 29 years. The one thing about smoking is it dominates your life, and it dominated mine. And the sad thing about it is that you can always use an excuse. If cigarettes don't kill me, oh well, something else will. But you can't use that as an excuse. I honestly loved smoking, and I honestly didn't think I would ever quit. It was very interesting that you could smoke on the first week. Chantix gave me the extra help that I needed to get through a tough time.
Chantix is a non-nicotine pill. In studies, 44% of Chantix users were quit during weeks 9 to 12 of treatment compared to 18% on sugar pill. It's proven to reduce the urge to smoke.
I did have an unopened pack of cigarettes in my purse, and then I think I opened my purse and realized it was still there and said, what the heck, I don't need these. I said, bye, I don't need you anymore. You're not my crutch, I don't need a crutch.
Talk to your doctor about Chantix and a support plan that's right for you. Some people have had changes in behavior, hostility, agitation, depressed mood, and suicidal thoughts or actions while taking or after stopping Chantix. If you notice agitation, hostility, depression, or changes in behavior, thinking, or mood that are not typical for you, or if you develop suicidal thoughts or actions, stop taking Chantix and call your doctor right away. Talk to your doctor about any history of depression or other mental health problems, which can get worse while taking Chantix. Some people can have allergic or serious skin reactions to Chantix, some of which can be life-threatening. If you notice swelling of face, mouth, throat, or a rash, stop taking Chantix and see your doctor right away. Tell your doctor which medicines you're taking, as they may work differently when you quit smoking. Chantix dosing may be different if you have kidney problems. The most common side effect is nausea. Patients also reported trouble sleeping and vivid, unusual, or strange dreams. Until you know how Chantix may affect you, use caution when driving or operating machinery. Chantix should not be taken with other quit smoking products.
As a non-smoker, it's wonderful. The best thing that ever happened. The best thing I've ever done, besides my husband and dogs and family, with the Chantix and with the support system, it worked. It worked for me.
Talk to your doctor to find out if prescription Chantix is right for you.
Presenting the Samsung LED TV. 240 hertz clarity, 1.2 inches slim.
The NFL. That's how I see it.
The Samsung LED TV. It's football in hyperreal.
Rule number 1, you gotta have Tostitos for the game. Rule number 2, don't put them right in front of the TV.
With unbeatable prices on Tostitos chips and dips, game time costs less at Walmart. Save money, live better. Walmart.
Welcome back to Football Night in America. The Saints in Buffalo. Drew Brees, 9 touchdowns, first 2 games, tying an NFL record. Terrell Owens, 3 catches, 52 yards and a score last week in the win over Tampa. That's Lionel Hamilton for the injured Mike Bell. He punches it in, 7-0 New Orleans. Bills lining up for a field goal. A fake punter, Brian Moorman, to Ryan Denny, who's listed as a defensive end. He scores and says, take me home, 7-7. 3rd and 3, 10-7 New Orleans. Trent Edwards trying to get the ball to Owens. Will Smith comes up with it, and T.O. is not happy, not in sync with his QB. 1st and 10, under 10 minutes to go, 4th quarter. Pierre Thomas getting a great block from Heath Evans. That's all he needed. 34 yards down the sidelines. He finished with 126 yards, 2 touchdowns, all in the second half, 17-7 New Orleans. As for T.O., he was thrown to 5 times. The O in T.O. stands for no catches, as his streak of consecutive games with at least 1 reception over at 185. Breeze only threw for $172 and no touchdowns. Afterwards, it was T.O. time in the interview room.
It's over.
How about the offense itself? It did not run well today. What was the problem?
Didn't execute.
In what ways?
Didn't you just watch the game? What do you think? I'm just going with the plays that are called.
Do you like the plays that are called?
Whether I like them or don't, I'm just going with the plays that are called.
How would you feel if that's your wide receiver going to a press conference, Tony?
Well, you really don't want that. But I think you know that's what you get with Terrell Owens. When things aren't going well, you're going to get stuff like that. That's hard to coach.
He's just a clown, a straight-up clown. More concerned about his individual stats as opposed to the team's success. Just a clown.
But his outfit was color coordinated, by the way. Very nice.
Like the hat.
Very nice.
You know who could have used him today? Pittsburgh. Did you see this game?
Yes, I did.
All right, and you're a Bengals fan.
Rumor has it.
That's something about that. Well,
just get to the highlights.
All right, play them. I'm just vamping here. Carson Palmer entered in 3rd in the AFC with 92 passes since 2005. Ben Roethlisberger has never lost in Ohio. Until today. I know I gave it away. They gave him a geological era, possibly the Pleistocene, to throw this ball. And then Willie Parker has a couple of months to get into the end zone. 27 yards. It took 8 minutes. 10-0 Pittsburgh. Hines Ward on 3rd and 2 in the second. This puts him over 10,000 yards for his career. Only 32 guys have done that. And at the half, it's the Steelers 13-3. It's a typical Pittsburgh blowout. Not really, no. In the 3rd quarter, that's Jonathan Joseph with the intercept. Steps in front of the Roethlisberger pass, and they're not going to get him. 13-9 Pittsburgh. Then Palmer to Chad Ochocinco. Ike Taylor intervened. Full extension. Look at the replay. As Chad never had a chance on that one. The tip away. So it's 20-15 Pittsburgh. 36 seconds to play. 4th and 10. It's over, right? No, it is not. Palmer to Brian Leonard and the first down. And now he's got to go to Andre Ochosiete. Andre Caldwell with the go-ahead touch. 21-20 Bengals. Ben can't top that. It's jump ball And the Steelers do not get it. 23-20. The Bengals in a barn burner. Roethlisberger unbeaten in Ohio. No more as Carson Palmer, 20 of 37 for 183 yards. The Bengals are 2-1. 2-1, Dan.
Well, you take away what happened against Denver.
2-1.
They could be 3-0.
It's 2-1. Take 2-1. Mike Tomlin's not happy, though.
We got some work to do. We got to finish football games better. That's the mark of a champion. It's not us at this point. We got to continue to grow. We don't need what transpired out there to let us know it's a new season. We realized that when we reported to Latrobe. That's been our mentality. That's what we said, and it's not lip service. We mean it.
That's what he said to the media. You can imagine what he said to his players there, Coach.
Yeah, but I think the story is Cincinnati. These aren't your same old Bengals. They're showing the heart, the character that people didn't think they had. Great win for them.
And you take away that finish against Denver, they could easily be 3-0 here.
Classic example for Pittsburgh Steelers. Super Bowl hangover, come out. Just not very productive.
Well, also no Troy Polamalu, too.
Well, he's a huge impact, and I never knew taking one guy away could really infect that entire team.
Time now for the Sprint Sunday Night Now. And right now, Bob Costas standing by in Arizona, where tonight the spotlight will be on one of the league's toughest receivers to defend. Bob?
All right, Dan. Through last year's postseason run to the Super Bowl, the Cardinals' Larry Fitzgerald averaged over 130 yards per game, and he scored 7 touchdowns. He is obviously now one of the league's brightest stars, but he's also finding that the warm glow of celebrity can cast a shadow or two.
Let's get it out of the way. Your brother Marcus tweeting about the game with Jacksonville comes down on Kurt Warner, says stuff like, "Come on, you damn old-ass man, throw my brother the ball." What's up with that?
You know what? That's the first I've heard of that, honestly.
Really? Really?
No, I'm just teasing. My brother, he made a few comments. Obviously, you know, he didn't mean what he was saying. And, you know, we're very close to the Warners. We've been very active in his charity. He's been active in mine. And, I mean, we have a great relationship. You know, my brother's going to apologize and do some charity work for him this year. So.
Oh, he is?
Definitely.
So you and Kurt have worked this out, right?
No, there was no friction at all.
I'm saying to myself, Kurt goes 24 for 26. In terms of percentage, it's the best performance in NFL history. He hits 9 different receivers. When he leaves the game, you're winning 31-3. You catch 4, one of them for a touchdown. What's the problem?
What is the problem? That's my question. I asked my brother too. But you know, my brother, I love him dearly. You know, we all make mistakes, and we move past it.
With 2:37 to play, the Cardinal lead is 3.
If I say 2 minutes and 37 seconds to you, what comes to mind?
A frown. A frown. That's, you know, it brings up bad memories. But, you know, we talked about it as a team. We're trying to put that behind us. You know, that was last year. And, you know, we have to continue to move forward.
At the 237 mark of the Super Bowl, you've turned in one of the most memorable plays in Super Bowl history. 64-yard catch and run. You're looking up at the big screen as you cross the goal line. You've come back from a huge deficit. Now you're up 23-20. Did you think you'd won the Super Bowl?
No, I knew with Ben Roethlisberger standing over on the sideline, it wasn't going to be over.
Roethlisberger throws to the back of the end zone, and it is caught for a touchdown.
When Santonio Holmes made the tiptoe catch at the side of the end zone, there was a memorable shot of you reacting. You could read your lips. No.
Yeah, it was gut-wrenching, you know, to be that close from living your childhood dreams, the hard work you put in, you know, throughout the season, training camp. I mean, there's so much goes into it for it to come down to that one play. I mean, I'm not going to lie and say it wasn't gut-wrenching, but, you know, he's a fantastic player, and he made you know, a legendary play that's going to stand for history.
After the season, you went on a USO tour that took you to Iraq and Afghanistan. What did you get from that experience?
I got so much. We had more fun going over there and being with the troops than they did. I mean, just hear some of their stories and see where they're from and see some of the pictures of their families and see the sacrifice and dedication that they make every day. I mean, what can you say to a man that has 4 kids and out there putting his life on the line every day for people he doesn't even know, for Larry Fitzgerald, for Kurt Warner, for Bob Costas? And, I mean, what do you say to a man like that sacrifices like that? And, you know, that really, it gave me goosebumps.
And Larry Fitzgerald is less than half an hour away from kickoff as his Arizona Cardinals host the Indianapolis Colts. Now, earlier today, while Brett Favre was throwing a touchdown to beat the 49ers in the final seconds in Minnesota, in Detroit, the Lions were breaking a 19-game losing streak with a victory over the Redskins. And joining us now via satellite from Motown is new Lions coach Jim Schwartz. Jim, first of all, congratulations. It's only one game, but I know it has to feel like so much more than that right now in Detroit.
Yeah, Bob, we were, we had that monkey on our back, and, even though half the teams knew, the coaching staffs knew, we were still bearing the burden for 0-19. It was good to get that monkey off our back.
It seemed, watching the game and then looking at some of the highlights, as if there was almost a college atmosphere afterwards. The players mingling with the fans, walking over by the railing, high-fiving fans, a shared experience.
No doubt. We were in the locker room and the players were celebrating, and it felt good after the game. And I just told the players, hey, this win is more than just about us. This is the city of Detroit. Let's get out of the locker room. Let's share this win with our fans. And the fans that stayed around were lucky enough to have the players come out and high-five with them and celebrate the whole city.
The Redskins scored to make it 19-14 with about 2.5 minutes to go, and they got the ball back with about a minute to go. After that, was there any sense of, here we go again?
There always is. Until that final gun sounds in an NFL game, you can't take anything for granted. We knew what we had to do. We were protecting a touchdown lead. Players have been in that situation a million times in practice. We knew we could give up yards as long as we didn't give up a touchdown, and that's what they did. They burned the clock for the most part, and, we were able to get away with the win.
Your young quarterback, Matt Stafford, 21 of 36, a TD, no interceptions. Your quick summation of where he stands right now.
He's improved every single week, and we knew with Matt that, he has a good grasp of our playbook. He has a good grasp of what opponents' defenses do. He just needs to go out and play. And I think from New Orleans to Minnesota, he improved. Obviously improved from Minnesota to the Redskins this week. Didn't have a turnover, which was big, and made a lot of plays down the field. He's a gutsy player. He's aggressive. He throws the ball down the field, and he's going to be a good player for us.
Doesn't get any easier from here. Chicago, Pittsburgh, and Green Bay coming up, but at least you go into it now with a little more bounce in your step. Again, congratulations.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me of those next three. We just want to enjoy this one for a little while, but we need to get to the point where we don't celebrate a regular season win like we did this one.
Again, Jim, thanks. One more highlight to show you from today's action earlier, and we go back to New York for that. And Keith.
All right, Bob, the Dolphins' miracle 2008 was already looking distant and foggy even before the schedule maker was kind enough to put them on Monday night and then on a flight to San Diego. They caught a break in San Diego. LaDainian Tomlinson just watching his second consecutive game with the sprained ankle. Joey Porter is thus fired up. Well, fairly fired up. Well, he's awake. The Dolphins' first drive, 17 plays, capped by Chad Pennington fumbling it into the end zone and out of it for a touchback. No. 3-0 San Diego. Phillip Rivers is sacked by Porter. He fumbles. That will set up a Carpenter field goal, and those are your first half highlights. P.U. However, 3-3 in the third, and then we get cooking. Pennington is incomplete. He's hurt on the play. On the sidelines, he looks like a big bag full of mashed up Chad Pennington. Although it's not as serious an injury as it looks, it's not the nose, it's the shoulder. So Chad Henne comes in for Pennington, from Penny to Henne, and he is greeted by Kevin Burnett. Hi, I'm with the San Diego Chargers. 6 yards, the loss on the sack. Rivers gets the ball back. They're trailing 6-3. Malcolm Floyd, 47 yards on the payoff. 4 plays later, Rivers takes it himself, 5 yards, touchdown, San Diego, 10-6. Henne is still in there for the Dolphins and is intercepted by Eric Weddle, who has a straight path to the end zone. 23-6. Chad Pennington can only watch as the Dolphins go to 0-3. 23-13 San Diego. Pennington's injury, the shoulder. We don't know the severity. Rivers, 303 yards in the victory. So without full forces, San Diego is 2-1. And we bring in Tiki Barber from San Diego. There's been some concern about how poorly the Chargers offense had been executing in the red zone coming into this game. Obviously no LT and no LT today. So how did they manage to fix that today, Teak?
Well, actually, Keith, they really didn't fix it. They struggled in the red zone again. Out of 6 trips down there, they only had 1 touchdown, 3 field goals, and a missed field goal. And I got a chance to catch up with Phillip Rivers after the game, and I asked him about his offensive red zone challenges.
We just got to keep getting better. Main thing is we won the game, but we got to get better down there. We're getting a lot of pressure, a lot of all-out blitz, and we'll come up with some answers and keep getting better.
Talk about the second half when you guys started opening up in the passing game and had 2 big plays that really changed the nature of the game.
Well, we thought they were going to be a little softer on us and try not to give up those big plays because of what we got in the last 2 weeks, but our guys can really stretch the field, and we're able to hit some big plays and get some points on the board.
So here's Miami, Teak, on the other hand, with 2 quarterbacks who combined for 148 yards passing. Ronnie Brown just 75 yards. The Dolphins are 0-3. What went wrong for them?
Well, there was a couple of things that went wrong, Keith. One was a missed opportunity. Early in the game, you showed the fumble in the highlights, and it was fundamental. Ronnie Brown, expecting a hit, closed his elbow, resulting in a fumble that ultimately resulted into a touchback. And then, more importantly, Chad Pennington went out of the game, which forced Chad Henne into action. And as an offensive or defensive coordinator, that is your dream. All you're going to do at this point in the game is put pressure on a young, inexperienced quarterback, and that's exactly what the San Diego Chargers did. Late in the game, they forced with the corner blitz the deciding touchdown, an interception that was returned for a touchdown. But what I also noticed, Tony Dungy, was that the defensive backs for the Miami Dolphins had trouble the entire day keeping up with the San Diego Chargers wide receivers.
No, Tiki, you're right. And I think they saw that on the Monday night game, went after him with some deep balls, and what the feeling was, those guys were going to be too aggressive, those safety men, and that's what happened. You're going to see on the play here, it's going to look like Will Allen, the cornerback, is going to get beat. He's in man-to-man coverage on Vincent Jackson. Jackson's going to run a post, but the real problem is the safety, Jeremiah Bell. He gets caught in the play action. He's going to hesitate. He should give Allen help in this deep middle, but because of his overreaction to the fake run, he's not there. Just this little hesitation here. He sees Sproles on the play action, and now he's got to turn and run, and Jackson blows by him. This is really the safety play, and they got hit with several of these deep passes last week, and as you heard Rivers say, they opened it up today in the second half as well.
But what were the Chargers looking at when they looked at the game footage of what the Colts did to Miami last Monday night? What did they take away from that?
They saw that exact thing. Miami safety men reacting to play action, getting beat in the deep middle, and they hit them 2 or 3 times with those big passes today.
All right, Chargers got the Steelers coming up next Sunday night right here on NBC. Sprint Sunday Night Now continues. From Arizona tonight, a marquee matchup at quarterback. No one in the history of the NFL has thrown for more yards per game than Kurt Warner. Right behind him on that list, Peyton Manning, each a former league and Super Bowl MVP. You can catch all the action from down on the field throughout tonight's game with Sunday Night Football Extra. The NFL Now, only from Sprint, only on the Now Network.
This is Tracy Palmer, and this is her restrictive calling circle. She's breaking free and saying, hey, 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 goodbye, and switching to Sprint with any mobile, anytime. Now on the Sprint network, she can call any mobile phone on any network, anytime, without worrying about the meter running. So she's calling every NFL fan in the country to talk a little smack about their team. Welcome to the Now Network. Get unlimited calling to every mobile phone nationwide when you switch to any mobile, anytime. Only from Sprint, the Now Network.
That's the new super slim Samsung LED TV. Best part, Sears can't check the competition to guarantee the lowest price.
I'm listening.
We do real-time price checks. We found that there's some guys out there that really agonize about making decisions. It's not their thing. They waffle, they don't know what they're gonna do.
Those guys drive me crazy.
What do you think?
I'll take it.
All right.
I don't know.
Real-time price checks, next day delivery, no regrets. Sears, life well spent.
I like the car. Now, just show me the Carfax.
I've got something better than Carfax. I have a note from the previous owner. This car runs great. I promise.
Just show me the Carfax.
But it's a promise.
A Carfax Vehicle History Report can help you choose a great used car. Learn about accidents, service records, and previous owners reported to Carfax. It's free at thousands of reputable dealers. Just say, "Show me the Carfax."
We already know these heroes. Now, we welcome another kind of hero to NBC Monday.
Am I going to be paralyzed?
What have I got anything to do with it, dude?
Come back to us, buddy.
I'm here to save you.
Today is the first day of the rest of your life. These are the heroes of Monday.
What you guys do is amazing.
New heroes and the premiere of Trauma tomorrow on NBC.
The best of the week, the Vikings win. The quarterback admits he didn't know who his receiver was. The receiver says he shouldn't have been in the game. Greg Lewis pulls this down, saying he was only in because Percy Harvin had run 7 straight, I fell on my keys, 7 straight go patterns and was exhausted and gone. So he went in for Harvin and pulls down the winning touchdown in the last second for Favre, who didn't know who he was. Meanwhile, the Titans at the Jets, dressed as the Titans. Mark Sanchez, 14-yarder. He's Otto Graham. He's Otto Graham. The Jets beat Tennessee. What a season the Titans are not having. Chiefs at the Eagles. 2 Michael Vick plays here. A rush and an in-point pass. So he's played. He's got that going for him. The star was Kevin Cobb, the first guy to throw for 300 yards in each of his first 2 starts. This one, 64 yards to Deshaun Jackson. Whee! Eagles 34-14. Redskins in Detroit. The streak is over. The final play of the game, Washington with 1 chance to win. They do not. The Redskins are the losers to the Lions, 19-14. First Detroit win since 2007. And in Seattle with the Seahawks, dressed up as the 1992 Orlando Thunder of the World League, leading Chicago by 2 till Cutler hits Hester for the 36-yard winner, and the Bears have beaten the Seahawks 35 to slime green. To the delight of Chris Collinsworth and little Danny Patrick of Mason, Ohio, the Steelers lose to the Bengals in the final moments, 18 seconds to go. Palmer to Andre Caldwell. Cincinnati is 2-1.
Yeah, the Steelers didn't lose to the Bengals. The Bengals beat the Steelers. Difference in that.
Talk to the gentleman.
Thank you. I will. Final thoughts here. Let me start with you. What did you learn today?
Rex Ryan, he's got a big mouth. He's super arrogant, but he's a great coach, and that team believes in him.
All right. What did you learn?
I took you for one on that one.
You did. I was a little concerned.
Pittsburgh Steelers 1-2 because they can't run the football. They're putting all the pressure on Ben Roethlisberger to win games, and they've got to run it better.
And they got San Diego coming up next week here, Sunday Night Football. What do you expect with tonight? What are you looking for in the game?
I want to see how Indianapolis' defense respond after getting kicked in the mouth last week against the Miami's offense. So I don't think they're very physical, Indianapolis defense, but I want to see how they respond tonight.
What are you looking for?
To me, it's 2 great explosive offenses. Time of possession won't mean anything tonight. Those quarterbacks want to finish these drives with touchdowns so they don't let the other guy have a chance to beat them with the last drive.
Did that ever bother Peyton? Because much was made they only had the ball for 15 minutes on Monday night.
Never. He never worries about that. He thinks touchdowns, whether it's 1 play, 10 plays, 10 minutes, 30 seconds. He wants to score touchdowns, and he's going to need them tonight.
Yes, he will. The Colts taking an 11-game regular season winning streak into this matchup in the desert. Bob?
All right, guys, coming up, the Colts try to become the 7th 3-0 team in the league at this point, joining the Jets, the Giants, Baltimore, Denver, New Orleans, and Minnesota. If they do it, they will seize command of the AFC South. On the other hand, if the Cardinals win it, they go to 2-1 and move into a first-place tie with San Francisco atop the NFC West. So they're just about ready for kickoff. The Colts and the Cardinals, a marquee quarterback matchup. 2 of the game's best will go at it. Faith Hill continues the festivities in a moment. Then Al and Chris with the call. At halftime, I'll talk with the Jets coach, Rex Ryan. They're 3-0. In the meantime, enjoy the first half, everybody.
Have you noticed something new at 10?
Some of you may recognize me from my appearances on television.
Jay's in prime time. And this week, he's got Billy Crystal, Steve Carell, Chris Rock, Jenna Fisher, and all new headlines. Jay's new all week at 10, 9 Central on NBC.
You got it.
Only
only till October 5th. Get 0% financing for 60 months, plus $1,000 cash back on Lincoln MKS.
They lost their son in the 9/11 attacks. They thought they had finally made peace and moved on.
And then the phone call.
The new technology that's both a blessing and a curse for families of 9/11 victims. Monday, watch News 5 at 11. Thank you, Cincinnati and the Tri-State, for making WLWT News 5 #1 at 5 o'clock.
You said you wanted news that was straight to the point, that won't waste your time. And News 5 delivers.
Thanks for making News 5 at 5 #1.
BP gasoline with Invigorate helps your car run younger for longer. All grades of BP gasoline have Invigorate. When used continuously, it can help clean and protect engines against harmful deposits, sludge, and corrosion. BP gasoline with Invigorate. To help your car run younger for longer, try BP gasoline with Invigorate.
Issue 3 opponents claim that new casino jobs will not go to Ohioans. That's ridiculous. The Ohio Fraternal Order of Police, Ohio UAW, and Ohio AFL-CIO all endorsed Issue 3 because it creates jobs for Ohioans. Now, out-of-state casino interests are using false employment ads to try to fool you. Don't be misled. We endorsed Issue 3 because it creates Ohio jobs for Ohioans. You deserve to know the truth. That's why we'll continue to police the facts.
Weather that's straight to the point. Valerie Abadi on News 5.
Mahler hasn't missed a game this season.
It's the first word in the morning. It's higher intelligence from the field. It's go-deep analysis. It's inside access. It's the final word at night. NFL Game Day. All day. Only on NFL Network. You want the NFL? Go to the NFL.
You're watching NBC Sports, celebrating our 70th anniversary with the National Football League.
Sunday night football comes to Arizona's Valley of the Sun, and a shootout looms as the Cardinals get set to host the Indianapolis Colts.
Get out your seats, it's all about now. It's the game of the week. The NFL stars are out and shining bright. It's the Colts and Cardinals in the desert night. Get ready, it's about to get wild. Sunday night football is now.